Greetings, I'm Kathy Green with Christian News and Interviews. I'm going to read a little bit to you today for an article titled, "To Save Black Boys, We Must Teach Them How to Read." And it was written by Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu. Many of you have heard of him. If not, familiarize yourself. I'm not going to read the whole article because I know you can read. So I'll read just part of it, and then hopefully we can have a discussion below. Only 12% of black males are proficient in reading by 8th grade. Let me repeat that. Only 12% of black males are proficient in reading by 8th grade. So you line up 100 black males, only 12 of them are proficient reading by 8th grade. If this were the case for white males, guess what? The media would categorize this as an epidemic and a national security risk. If a black male is not proficient in reading by the 4th grade, they only have a 20% chance of graduating from high school on grade level. America is not doing very well teaching black boys how to read in the primary grades. They are atrocious in the upper grades. I never imagined when I wrote Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Males that governors were going to use my 4th grade research to build more prisons. Now, if that's not evil, tell me what is. Use this man's research to build more prisons for black males instead of teaching black males how to read. I naively thought they would recognize it's more cost efficient to teach them literacy than incarcerate them at $38,000 per inmate per year, with a recidivism rate of 85%. I believe literacy is a civil rights issue of the century. How can black males be economically competitive illiterate? In 1920, 90% of black youth had their fathers in the house, because while many were illiterate, they worked on farms. In 1960, 80% had their fathers in the home. While many were illiterate, they worked in factories. Today, the figure has dropped to a meager 28%. It is impossible to be economically viable in this information economy illiterate. Historically, America has had a challenge in teaching the majority of black males how to read. Some schools believe that it's the job of parents in preschool. As a result, some children are now failing kindergarten. I'm going to stop there. It's an excellent article. I'm going to post it below, and hopefully you'll finish reading it. It's not a long article either. I have a question. Hey, Black Lives Matter, I'm calling you out. You heard what the man said. Black Lives Matter. Do the lives of black males matter? Because if so, the man said in plain English, his research showed that by 4th grade, most black males aren't even reading at a proficient level, and definitely not by 8th grade. And so the government wickedly started building more jails to prepare themselves for these black males who cannot read and therefore will end up in the prison system. What are you going to do about it? Black Lives Matter. NAACP, why have I not heard from you about the fact that black males can't read? Concerned black men everywhere. Why aren't you in the streets yelling to the top of your lungs about the fact that in order to stop these gangs, in order to stop these black males in and out of jail, we need to teach them how to read. And learning how to read, I started to read at 3 years of age. Reading is easy. I've been reading all my life. Sigmas, Qs, Kappas, Alphas, and yes, the Masons. Where are you? You aren't doing enough. We have all collectively got to come together and do something about the fact that we have a nation of black males growing up unable to read, and that the government is aware of it. And instead of doing something to ensure that they can learn to read, instead of getting on these teachers who are not teaching them, And the educational system that is more interested in putting boys in girls' bathrooms and putting dresses on boys and putting boys' clothes on girls, they're more concerned about that nonsense than they are about protecting our black males, making sure that they learn to read so that they don't end up in the prison pipeline. It's our responsibility. We need to do something about it. Talk to me below. Tell me what you think.